I could have 10 lifetimes over, I'd spend each of those lifetimes exploring the Great Barrier Reef. I was told from a young age, if you do what you love and you're true to that, the money will come. It feels so good to be in nature because just on this very human, very primal level, it's just deeply ingrained in us. You're able to breathe a bit deeper, reconnect with yourself and your friends. Some people find this weird, but you have a bit of a yarn to the trees, like, oh, you're looking good, mate, oh, what's going on here, and oh, you got some fruit. And... Yeah, mate, outside of Back to Basics, this is home.
This is a day in the life with Azza from Back to Basics. He's going to show us what he gets up to on a day-to-day basis. We're here at his property right now, and I think this is him. Azza, mate.
Harles, morning, brother. How you going?
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Same to you, mate. What's going on today?
Well, mate, I thought I'd give you a bit of a tour around the farm, around the orchard.
Perfect.
See what fruit's going.
Yeah.
Show you what we're getting up to.
Nice.
Sound good?
All right, let's do it, eh?
Right.
Is this the Uber?
Yeah, mate, this is the Uber.
Outback Uber or?
Agricultural Uber. It's got sort of 7 different rows of tropical and exotic fruit. They're all sort of secured with trellising to stop them from cyclones blowing over. This is basically the supermarket. This is our grocery store.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I've jumped too far ahead. So where are we?
We're on our, I guess, small farm or homestead here in tropical North Queensland, like northeastern coast of Australia. Wettest part of Australia, got amazing soil, super humid, so you can grow a lot of pretty amazing produce.
Okay, so outside Back to Basics, this is what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, mate, outside of Back to Basics, this is home. Like when I come back from trips, you know, it's just time on the farm with the animals, with the plants, and then later, if we go over, we'll be able to show you the cafe.
Nice, all right, sounds good, let's have a look.
Welcome home.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, so this is just like a big collection of tropical and exotic fruit. Yep. Some are native, some are from a lot of different parts of the world. Borneo, South America. Yep. We have a whole row here of, these are called abiu or Puteria comito, but we quite often get taxed by bats and cockatoos. Okay. So we'll see if we can find one that hasn't been taxed for you to try.
So that's attacked today. Yeah. Bit of fertiliser now.
Yeah, mate. So
I guess you spend a lot of time in the outdoors.
Yep.
And then obviously you film content in the outdoors as well.
Yeah, mate. Sort of my life revolves around going into the great outdoors and getting back to basics. Yep. And then I come here and I guess get back to basics on the land. But I just like being self-sufficient. Yep. You know, being able to know where your food comes from, grow your own food.
Yeah, righto.
Mate, well, what do you reckon about that?
That's really good.
Not bad.
So this is an apple.
It's called an abiu. It's from
abiu.
A-B-I-U. There'll be like a little bit of sap around the outside that might make your lips a little bit sticky.
It's like a mango cross, pear cross something.
Yeah, and it should have little tastes of like vanilla, maybe caramel.
Yeah, it does. It's sweet.
Nice, eh?
How long did it take to grow?
About 3 or 4 years from seed. They say that planting a fruit tree, is believing in the future. Having hope for the future.
So how long have you been a farmer for, essentially?
Oh, well, Dad's a banana farmer. Yep. And on my mum's side, they were commercial fishermen and sugarcane farmers. So sort of grew up around agriculture. I don't know if you can classify yourself a farmer if you're not making any money from farming. Yeah, but I enjoy growing things. Yeah. Hopefully one day the ambition is to, you know, have enough tropical fruit that we're able to, you know, if we have more, we'll be able to sell it.
Yep.
But that's probably a few years down the track. At this point in time, it's solely so that we've got our own food for ourselves, family, friends. Yeah, but it's incredibly rewarding, man. It's something that like we truly love. Like,
Yeah, okay.
I could just spend all day out here in the orchard.
Yeah. Well, it's quite therapeutic, isn't it?
It is, man.
Yeah.
It is. Like you come for a walk in the morning. You know, I have a little bit of a. You know, some people find this weird, but you have a bit of a yarn to the trees. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're looking good, mate. Oh, what's going on here? And oh, you got some fruit. And, and it's just cool to like go the whole journey of something growing, like from a seed to watching it over a few years, you know, become this huge, huge tree, and then seeing it flower. And quite often you haven't tasted the fruit before, so you know, you get to see it change and evolve with the seasons. Yeah. We got eggplant for dinner by the looks of it.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, in the morning and afternoon, you know, it's nice to come and check out what you're going to be eating for that night.
Yeah. Good.
You come and have a look and there's always something different.
This doesn't look like the eggplants at Coles.
Nah, mate, it's there's so many different varieties. Like what you see in Coles or Woolworths or any of the major grocery stores is very limited in the way of what's out there.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many different varieties of all produce.
Yeah,
and we just pick what the best gardening advice is: find what grows well where you live and just grow lots of that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Basically, just find out what takes minimal effort, and this particular variety, for whatever reason, takes minimal effort.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but we got all sorts of stuff, man, like from all around the world, and the goal is to be able to walk through it any time of the year with a box and just pick your own food.
Yep, nice.
Any time of the year.
Yep.
So we're trying to have stuff that comes in summer, in winter, all months. We've got different varieties of bananas here.
Yep.
All like summer made for cooking, so you'd have them in curries or bake them or stir fry them, and others you eat fresh. So every single cluster of bananas here is a completely different flavour, different size.
Okay. That's cool.
Different colours, different shapes. Yeah, that's
real cool.
Yeah, man.
How did you go from agriculture to content creation?
Well, I guess it might have been say my on mum's side in content creation in the way of like, you know, fishing and outdoor adventure.
Yeah.
Like they were all commercial fishermen, so they got me into like spearing and camping and going out on boats. And I know growing up, watched a lot of like Albie Mangles and Malcolm Douglas, and I just thought, wow, like that really inspired me to be able to go out into the great outdoors and test myself and have these amazing wilderness and wildlife experiences. And I always just thought, wow, I get so much joy out of this. If I was able to film or take photos and share that with other people, maybe they would be able to be inspired by that and go and do it and feel the joy that we get, you know, by doing it themselves.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the core of where it stemmed from. Like I know Strick and I, when we were younger, we'd say, oh, we'd be sneaking away from work or whatever class we had on, and we'd be going, mate, we need to go get back to basics. Like we'd just be getting stressed in the city, needed to get out of the concrete jungle, and just like, mate, let's get back to basics. It's like something we always said, and we got so much joy out of it. And we're like, well, I wish other people could feel like a fraction of this joy of how it feels when we're out here, and how we feel when we leave being out, you know, for a few days camping out. You know, you'd always come back and you're better for it. We thought, oh, I wish you could just bottle this up. The best way we thought was like share with people what we're doing and how we're doing it, and then hopefully they can, you know,
that's the
do
medication.
Something similar. Just have a drink of that.
Yeah, have a drink of that. Nice. What's been the hardest challenge?
Oh, mate, learning how to edit probably.
Yeah.
Learning how to use a camera and learning how to edit. Like we're more sort of hands-on and want to be in the outdoor, but outdoors. But you know, a big part of the job is the behind the scenes of you know, getting content out there, learning how to use social media, you know, learning how to spell captions.
Yeah, of course.
No, just editing mainly.
Yeah,
editing and working all the tech side of things out.
Yeah, of course.
here and along the edges we've planted like native trees for all like the native wildlife to eat, to try and support, you know, all the bees and insects, and we get big cassowaries walking through. Yeah, mate, this is the creek that we come and have a shower at the end of the day.
Nice.
And if you go a little bit further downstream, you probably get crocs. Apparently you get them up here, but I've never seen them.
What type of cows are they?
So they're all Santa Gertrudis, and a little bit of Brahman in them, a little bit of shorthorn. But yeah, they're very calm.
Yeah.
Like for us, we just wanted the calmest animals possible.
Yeah.
Girls? Cheeky little bastards.
Yeah. All right, mate. Where are we?
Mate, this is the Pocket Cafe that the family's got here on the edge of the highway.
Nice, quirky little spot.
It's a pretty quirky little spot. It's yeah, mate. It's a special spot.
What do they do here?
Mate, they do the best cuppers on the Bruce Highway. They do all the chais and the cacaos and the gourmet toasties, and we got the Italian gelato machines.
Nice.
My brother's just the ultimate gelato maker, and yeah, a lot of the produce as well. Well, not a lot. Some of the produce that we have goes into making the smoothies, and we sell it here fresh, and goes into making the ice cream.
So toasty and a coffee.
I think so.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Let's do it.
Come in.
Good morning.
Like the peppers growing 10 minutes down the road, all these dried fruit is an hour and a half down the road, coranda's a couple hours down the road, cacao, they're all from Mission Beach, 15 minutes down the road. A lot of the sauces are from Cairns, the pottery's 5 minutes down the road. Lady's been making pottery for 50 years. Yeah, she's in her 80s. And she makes pottery for us here. Like all the antiques around the place are from our grandparents or great-grandparents.
That's cool.
Different like heirlooms from the area.
It's cool, eh?
Yeah,
it's quirky.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Let's see how it is.
Welcome to the Pocket.
What a spot, mate.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. It's just like for us, it's a reflection of what we love about living in tropical North Queensland. So like when people come here, we want them to feel like this is a part of the lifestyle of North Queensland. You know, growing fruit and quirky characters, and you know, all the beautiful animals.
It fits the storyline of what you do very well.
That's another part of getting back to basics.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Mate, it's a full-time gig. You are running a farm essentially. It is a farm, even though it's self-sufficient.
Yeah, it's a cafe and a working farm, I guess.
Yeah. You've got the business here that you chip into.
Yep.
And then you've got a content creation business that's absolutely blowing up. And I know from what we do how much is involved in
the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, filming, editing, getting out to locations, spending days, weeks or months just on the road, traveling, and then still trying to manage all this. Like, how do you do that? And how do you stay motivated? Like, I think it's a fitting question seeing we're drinking coffee.
Yeah, just have one of these every hour on the hour. No, none of this is possible without having a really good team. So like family's amazing, working with Strick and our team with Back to Basics. But it is full on. Like it's an everyday. There's always something to do every day when you've got your own business, especially more than one. But I think just having the why you do what you do, very clear. And I think once that's pretty clear to me why I do what I do, and I love what I do.
Why?
Oh, mate, it's just for me. It is creating a lifestyle that at the end of the day, I look back and I've left no stone unturned. Like I've done everything that I've loved and hopefully brought the people up around me along the way, whether that's, family and friends or the people that consume our content, the people that come and visit the cafe. I'm very passionate about the lifestyle that we live and we get a lot of joy from it. And it's pretty bloody wholesome. And I just want people to be able to feel that joy.
Nice.
Yeah, and you gotta love what you do, man.
Yeah, you do. That's right. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
All right. So what are we going to do next, then?
Mate, the weather's quite good. I'm actually getting slightly anxious being on land today because it's calm on the ocean. So I'm thinking we pack the boat up. We go out and see if we can get some seafood for tonight.
Nice. What are we going to chase?
Mate, we'll go along the coast and we'll see if we can find some clean water to maybe get a coral trout or some crays. I don't want to make any promises, anything's possible out there.
But there we have it.
Yeah, something like that.
He's promised us seafood.
There was no promise mentioned. We'll see how we go.
Ozzo are giving you the chance to win this entire setup. That's right, it is a completely decked out troopy with a 420 buster on the back. All you have to do is scan the QR code on screen right now or head to the link in the description and grab your packages. We are drawing the winner live on the 22nd of December, so make sure you get in quick. Now, we're going to pick 3 people who can answer this question on screen right now. In the comments, we're going to pick 3 people and give them $500 site credit, which you can use on the Ozzo website to purchase any of our packages and get entries into winning this insane setup. Good luck.
Freediving is all about being calm in the water and relaxed. So it's like opposite to our personalities.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I'm an excited person.
Yeah, same. Like last night, I'm 1,000 miles an hour. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
So freediving's always been a really beautiful way for me to like slow down and be very deliberate and intentional with what you're doing, because if you don't, then you can't hold your breath that long and you get flustered and you spook things under the water. So it's all about trying to lower that heart rate as much as possible. So on the top of the water, we do in freediving what's called like a breathe up, and that's to get your heart rate lower.
Yeah.
So it's just basically tidal breathing and find a rhythm that works for you to get your heart low. So it might be like 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, and then your final breath will be like a big breath. So just make sure your snorkel's clear, and then you'll just
into your diaphragm.
Yep, I do just into sort of here and there. So like your diaphragm and your intercostal. So, and then you'll do like a duck dive, which I can show you how to do a duck dive. And then just get down to the bottom. And I don't know if I've got spare weight belts, but I swim down and I normally like grab onto a rock. But the things you need to watch out for is like just don't grab any like soft corals or really sharp looking corals, especially if you don't have gloves on. But I've got gloves here because that can your hands up. So like don't touch any like the sea urchins. Watch out for should be right for jellies this time of the year, but probably best you wear like a shirt, or I've got a spare long sleeve, because it's just the start of stinger season, the start. So just be mindful of that. But the biggest is just like if you're calm and relaxed in the water, everything else will be too. But mainly what we'll be looking for is like coral trout, a couple of other different types of reef species, but that's the main one, and then crays. So with the crays, you're looking for them around like little undercut ledges and little small rocks. Most of the rocks will be probably half the size of the boat or the size of the boat, so quite small. And it's a matter of just checking a few of them and just keep going until you find where they are. And you'll see the long antennas, the whiskers. So you'll quite often we'll drive along and you can just hold on to the back and just look. And then you'll see on the bottom, if it's clean enough, you'll see the whiskers coming out the edge of the rock, and then you'll let go, like, oh, there's one here, and then we'll make a plan and try and fuck the corner.
Or a shark?
Oh mate, they say with crocodiles that they'll never hit you under the water. They'll only hit you on the surface.
Really,
So just get down there and don't come back up. Nah, just call the boat over. But sharks, I've never had a big issue with sharks, but we're in the ocean, so there's sharks everywhere. But never a big issue with man-eating sharks. But you get the odd hammerhead or bull shark, but not too common. But yeah, with me you'll be right. Safe. And the crocs, most of them vegetarian here. We'll go find a couple of rocks anyway. We'll jump in.
What do you reckon, mate?
I'm just scared, but keen. Never done this before, so it should be fun.
Even if it's just good first few, you just jump in, be on the surface, getting a feel. Keep an eye on the crocs for me.
Water, that'll be better. Ready to go?
Me?
Yeah, what are you going to get us?
Some crayfish, eh?
Stealthy.
You just hold it in your hand and just shoot it, just so you can feel what it's like. When I jumped in, there was a really big gold spot cod, but it was literally bigger than the esky, so I was like, I'll let him live, see if we can find something a bit smaller.
Off to the next spot, eh?
Yeah, there's another section of reef just up in front of us, so we'll go see if we can find a fish there. Hey, got his first fish! Oh, good on you, mate! Well done! Whew, you nailed it!
Good.
Good stuff! That was a perfect shot, mate. You went down. But also, once you shot, you didn't rush. You like slowly waited there. You had a lot more breath hold than you had been.
Well, you pulled me down.
Yeah.
And then I realised, hold on, I'm fine.
I'm all good, yeah. Nice, mate. Well done. We'll cook that up tonight. Yeah, you got his first fish!
Thank you, mate.
Yeah! Good on you, mate. Like a right the side, exact perfect shot, mate.
What'd you get, mate?
Lady boom, apparently. Got his first fish. First spearfish.
Nice.
How good?
Good to look.
Mate, pretty incredible considering 5 minutes ago he couldn't use a snorkel. And now he's got his first fish on spear.
It's a good shot too.
What an apprenticeship, eh?
Put him straight to sleep. This one will go on the grill tonight. Whole fish for the grill.
How'd you like that?
Sick. First time snorkeling, and then yeah, got to spear a fish. That one was good because you dragged me down.
Yeah.
Whereas beforehand I was kind of getting worried how far I'd go down and I'd come up.
Well, mate, you'd literally dived 3 times deeper than I'd seen you dive the whole time, and 3 times longer breath hold. So
Yeah, that's good.
something you went into like hunt mode. You went into primal mode,
Got me on.
hunt and gather
I need
mode.
to shoot a fish. I've done it. Now I'll be addicted.
Yeah, you straight to the spear
Well
gun shot.
done, well done, mate. Should be really happy with that. First fish in the first 5 minutes.
Now that Haas had shot his first fish, it was time for Azza to get in the water and get enough seafood for his family for the next couple of weeks.
So do you want to be eating?
Beautiful gold spot cod, guys. It's a really nice size one. Love that for dinner. Just shot in Australian history of catching coral trout. Skimmed it through the tail.
No way.
Yeah, unreal.
Nice fish.
How arsy's that?
Oh!
There you go.
Bit of catch and release.
Catch and release, mate. We'll get a bigger one.
We'll get a big one.
Bit bigger one?
Yeah, he's a nice one.
Nice. There we go.
What we got there?
Tropical rock lobster, mate. Better known as lunch.
Nice.
There was so many on that rock.
Is that?
Yeah, there was heaps. There's probably half a dozen, but this was the best size one.
What am I grabbing?
Don't job
Yeah,
him.
they grab the antennas.
Like that.
What's that? Let's keep going.
Lobster on the lobster.
So like under the water when you're grabbing them, you'll generally grab like that in quick succession, because if you just grab them, they'll snap.
Yeah.
But these ones won't hold them there. But very beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful colours. It's like with a drone shot over the Great Barrier Reef. That's sort of what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know, like the colours are very similar, like all the bommies and rocks and colours of the reef.
Is he still alive or not?
No, put him straight to sleep. You put a knife or the spear tip straight through the bottom of the carapace, and that puts it to sleep. But there's a lot of meat that runs up through there, in the bigger ones through the legs, and up. That tail will run up into about here. So a lot of nice meat. Yeah. They call this South Bernard Island. It's all marine park, but beautiful to pull up and have a bit of lunch.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
Now, as his mum, brother, and sister-in-law decided to come and join us on the island, and they also brought over some ingredients so he could get stuck into one of these cold trout for lunch.
We
call it Traces Rouge. Yeah. And it is a mix of, I'd say it's probably soy, ginger, garlic,
Sesame oil.
lemongrass, sesame oil. Yeah.
Sesame, garlic, onion.
Sounds alright, eh?
Good.
Yeah.
That's coral trout, isn't it? What have you put in it?
Oh, yeah, soy, sesame oil, lemon.
Wasabi, shallots, garlic.
Wow.
Yeah, I put some thyme basil and lemongrass.
From the seed to the plate in 12 hours.
Most of that's for the garden as well.
1 hour.
Maximum.
Yeah. All right, we've just finished up today. We've spent the day with Azza from B2B. It's been a cracker day. We went out, as you would have seen. I shot my first fish. That was,
Congratulations again, mate. It's a milestone in a man's life.
so that was good. I've got a bit of I started my apprenticeship today. I started with a very good and highly skilled boss. So that was great. Mate, what have we got here?
Mate, we've got basically meals for the next month. We've got some lobsters, we've got some beautiful coral trout, fresh from the seafood market. And yeah, just going to slab them up now, and we'll keep some fresh in the fridge and eat it over the next few days, and then some will get frozen, put away, and then we'll just thaw that out every couple of days and eat that for lunch and dinners.
So is this kind of what you do like regularly? You just go out in like spurts and then try and catch enough food for you to eat?
Yeah, just get enough for 2 or 3 weeks, because we get long periods of quite rough weather.
Yep.
And during that time, we've got the garden that you can see in front of us here, where we've got a lot of different fresh produce.
Yep.
So be able to source some fruit and veg from there, and then we grow our own cows and buffalo, and we've got our own ducks. There's a duck here that we thawed out that's going in the slow cooker tomorrow night, and yeah, this is our meals, man. We just try and be as self-sufficient as possible. It's just really rewarding knowing where your food comes from.
Definitely. And why do you think it's also important to know where your food comes from as well?
Mate, these days is just more and more of a disconnect, I think, as society evolves, technology evolves, and it's ask some kids sometimes where milk or an egg comes from, and they can't tell you, and I think that's pretty sad. So it's just, I don't know, for me, one of the most intimate connections you can have with the world is knowing like what you put in your mouth, your food, your drink. So to me, it's super important. You got to know where your food comes from, or at least get close to it.
Yeah, agreed.
It feels good. Feels good anyway.
It would feel good. And I guess, how do you do it sustainably? So you cut the fillets off the fish. Like, what are you doing to make sure that you're using everything?
Mate, we're fortunate enough that we grew up Maltese heritage.
Yep.
So mum's
side, wasted.
Nothing's wasted, mate. Like you grow up in a, not having too much. You use the backbone, you use the cheeks, you use the wings, you use the eyes, you use the frame, make the super.
Yeah. No.
So we just grew up that if you wasted any food, you got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
So even the fish frames get buried, and then we plant fruit trees on them, and that fertilizes the fruit trees.
Yeah, I noticed that driving around the farm, you've actually got them fertilizing some of the trees up in the back, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, it just helps build up the soil, all the organic matter, and as soon as that, the bones and meat and flesh and blood break down, that feeds the roots, and eventually I'll eat the fruit off it, and it's all
it's like its own little ecosystem, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. Oh, look,
cool.
you can't waste anything. Like this fish here, well, that'd be a good few years old, you know, so you want to respect it.
Yeah. And I guess other people that are doing this similar sort of stuff, they're going out catching and then cooking what they catch. What would you say to them in terms of like making sure they do it sustainably and doing it so they're utilising all of it?
Oh, one thing that's always stuck with me is that there's enough out there for everyone's need, but not everyone's greed.
Yeah.
So just go out, take what you need for you and your family, and enjoy that. Don't let it just sit in the bottom of the freezer and get lost.
Nice.
Make sure you enjoy it fresh, and make sure you eat it raw too.
Last question, mate.
Yep.
If anyone is watching your YouTube and they're thinking, hey, I want to go out and give this a crack, even though they probably understand after watching this video how hard it is and how much you have to dedicate your time and your life to it and all the resources you need to make sure it's a success. What would be like a gold nugget that someone could take if you were to say, hey, this is the one bit of advice I wish I got at the start?
Yeah, sure. Geez, there's a fair bit to unpack there, but the first thing that comes to mind for me is that I was told from a young age, if you do what you love and you're true to that, the money will come.
Yeah.
Like, think about what you love first and foremost, what you love doing, what fills you with joy, what gets you out of bed and gets you firing in the morning, and think about money secondary. Yeah, that'd be one that always sticks with me. Yeah.
And what
Make
about,
sure you're doing it for the love.
Yeah, definitely. And what about like getting started? It'd be intimidating for people because of what other people think.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're probably going from like a normal life to a normal job. It's like me today. I've never speared a fish ever in my life. I've never snorkeled. I jump in.
You'll never be able to say that again.
I know.
That you've never speared a fish.
I know.
You can't say it anymore.
I know. But it'd be like me now starting a YouTube and being
Yeah,
a hunter. I'd be thinking, am I an imposter, or I've actually genuinely now got an interest for it?
Yep.
So other people probably thinking, oh, what are people going to think when I start? What do you say about that?
For putting content out?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I think it's it's not as fringe, not as bizarre than it was a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So social media, making a living from social media is very much, it's here and it's here to stay, and it's evolving. So yeah, I think it's never too late. There's a niche for everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, just fucking start.
Don't worry about what people say.
Oh no, not at all. I think if you're true to yourself, you can't care what anyone else thinks. And here in Australia, we at times like to put our mates down, but you can't. You got to have a thick hide. You can't take anything too seriously, especially yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just get out there and do it. The more you do it, the better you get. Like anything.
A few gold nuggets there. Number one, enjoy what you do what you love, turn it into your hobby, and worry about it just being your hobby and enjoying it before even worrying about thinking about making money. I think there's some nuggets there, definitely.
Yeah, and I think every week, well, tomorrow's never promised, next week's never promised, next year's never promised, but a lot of people, me included, live their life thinking, oh yeah, we'll do that next year or wait till next time. And not everything you can go through life thinking like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to take action and make sure you're living like you're not going to live next year.
Yeah.
You got to live.
There
Do
we
what you
have
love.
it. Day in the life with Azza from B2B. How good. Now we'll go eat it.
Cheers, guys. Well done on your fish, mate.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
How was it?
Yeah. Satisfaction, mate. Bang.
Does it taste better because you shot it?
Bang, bang. Every day. Sniped it.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Azza for having us and showing us how he lives his life on a day-to-day basis. Hopefully there was a few takeaways in there for you guys, because we definitely did learn a lot in a short amount of time we spent with Azza. I also want to thank Jack and Eva for the incredible hospitality. It was an awesome time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.